27-yard run.
There you go, David! There you go! There you go! Well, not David. Promise you. There you go! There you go, baby! There you go! Yeah! Yeah! On senior day, too! On senior day, too! That's how you do it!
Hey, Roadrunners, welcome back. So after a frantic trip for Thanksgiving, like I normally do to go to San Antonio, visit family, our Roadrunners capped off the Conference USA regular season undefeated. Did it surprise you that they did that? Surprised me a little bit. It really did. But at the end of the day, looking at these kids and seeing their resume, it shouldn't really surprise any of us. I think what surprised me was how. Why did we struggle with UTEP? And that's what I'm here to talk about in this game. Our offensive line leaking like a sieve early on. I mean, it was terrible. We couldn't run the football. We weren't getting any pressure, and then they were just slicing and dicing us with the run, and particularly the quarterback. That quarterback surprised me. I didn't know he could run that well. I didn't look into his running stats. But at the end of the day, the Roadrunners came away with a victory. Turnovers. We should have had more turnovers. I mean, they had that one turnover where we bat out of the hand. That running back just happened to be right there, pick it up Johnny on the spot and get a first down. They did everything. Reverses, throwbacks. They threw the kitchen sink at our defense. And yes, our defense gave up 31 points. They were shell-shocked early. It was, 24-0, right? Until we scored with that long wheel route style pass. But then, every time I've said on this channel, I've talked about how, I'm right there by the defense, and I saw the Taylor brothers. I said, Danye, get out there and get it. Make this season happen. Go out there and finish them off. And I gave Corey Mayfield, a fist bump. He gave me a fist bump back, a fist pump. And it was just one of those things that the defense, they overcame. Once they adjusted, I think once they saw the keys to what was happening, other than that one miracle throw that he did, how he threw it so high in the air and it came right down to the only open guy, that's just amazing. Usually that's picked off. But it worked for UTEP. UTEP came in with a great plan. They executed it. Unfortunately, we came away with the victory for there. Fortunately for us, we came away with a victory. We're now ranked 23rd in the nation in the AP. Winning cures all. Winning solves all. That's all you can do is beat who's in front of you. And don't make any excuses for who's in front of you. Don't make any excuses for losing, right? Where our competition going to change next year? Where is it? We've already beaten Tulane. We've already beaten Tulsa. We've already beaten Missouri. Memphis. Houston's leaving. UCF's leaving. Cincinnati's leaving. We haven't played Navy. So do you really think that we're not going to compete? I think we're going to compete. But let's talk about this game a little bit more in depth. So I'm gonna put those two selfies there with the Taylor brothers because it's really there because they're my favorite players, right? Them and Mayfield on the defensive side, and I'm always talking up Dadrian big time. But Dadrian, the one without the headband, does it surprise you that me being at 6 foot tall, I'm bigger than him? Does that surprise you? Because he plays a hybrid safety style linebacker. And so does Danye. So when we're playing teams like Memphis, when we're playing teams like Illinois, we're playing teams like Houston that have those bigger kids. And when you see Western Kentucky come out with that big offensive line they have, you get a little bit more respect for them and their ability to play. Yeah. So for him to get that pick six and really, he changed the dynamic of the game when he got that 73-yard pick six. We got some pressure on him. I don't know who got pressure. It might have been Danye getting pressure, but he saw that pass coming up and he read it perfectly. He stood right there. He could have turned and chased the wide receiver, the receiver that the quarterback was throwing to, but he saw that. He stopped, boom, caught it, gone the other way, and it was great seeing the team block for him downfield. We joked about how the quarterback got in the way, and number 31 was blocking him, and we made that joke, from the blind side. He sent him home because he took him right off the field. He's like, "Which way do you want to go? I'm going to just keep pushing you, so you might as well pick a side so I can just block you out of the field, out of the play." And pick six for Dadrian. So happy for him. I mean, you see the smile on his face. He was smiling like that after the game because I think it was one of those things where that was the play. Because that made it 24-14. We stopped it. They missed the field goal like we missed early on. Now I want to get back to that because Sackett had people at his feet twice on field goals. We had a guy blocked into their place kicker, their punter, and they called it roughing the kicker. And more importantly, our guy was hit up and near the head with an elbow shot during that block. What are you looking at? Conference USA? Oh boy, that sent me into a tizzy because we had the stop. We get that stop, we beat him. I mean, we run away with it. Then I won't even talk about that push off for their one long pass where we were right there and his arms they weren't extended. They weren't both hand fighting. He had his arms cupped, right? Bent on our guy's back and then extended them. And that's why our guy didn't come down with it. Otherwise, we intercept that ball. But it's okay. We got 2 interceptions. Turn the game around. Into the game, I was a little confused to how we used our timeouts. I would have rather run the clock a little bit more, then use a timeout. Run the play, then use a timeout. And then kicked it with like 3 seconds. But then I saw what they did. Because because I've never seen this work ever. Maybe it has. But what Coach Traylor was worried about was if the snap is bad, right? Lucas Dean catches it. Instead of trying to get it kicked off, goes down. Call timeout immediately because you're down in college, right? Call timeout immediately. You got a 4th down to kick the field goal, right? Maybe we even did it on 2nd down. I forgot what the down was that we kicked the field goal. Ended up being the game-winning field goal. So to me, I've never seen that case come up because usually they get the kick away, right? But better safe than sorry. So that was beautiful, beautiful coaching right there. Really was. I mean, I even had my head down going, no, don't call timeout now, right? What are you doing? Because I'm thinking last kick, no time on the clock, we're tied, right? Coach knew better than me. That's why he's a coach making $2.5 million a year. And I'm on section 110, seat numbers 5, 6, and 7, right? That's why I'm there and he's out there. So good for him. But let's talk about some of the issues we have offensively. We shouldn't have struggled with this team. And I'm going to tell you exactly why we struggled with this team. Plain and simple, we struggled blocking. But that first play of the game, with the stop and start, we just didn't connect with Kellogg. We could have gone back to that earlier and way more often. They could not cover us deep. They couldn't cover us deep. Now, we needed to have time, but I'm telling you, you send 2 guys. You put Carpenter in the slot. Run him straight at that free safety. There's no help over the top for any of their corners. And you make him do a give and go. Frank, the first long pass touchdown to the long touchdown to Kellogg, Frank, boom, pump fake. He was wide open. You know what thought went through my mind? What thought went through your mind when he caught that? I said, oh, it's going to be our luck. He's going to stumble and not score a touchdown on this play. I go, he's going to stumble. Because I'm thinking it's one of those games, especially when we hit the quarterback's arm. The running back happened to be right there to pick it up and get a 1st down. right? I'm saying it's going to be one of those games. The kitchen sink is coming at us, but it wasn't. Caught the touchdown pass. Then we just kept coming back. Started making stop. Got that second interception. Beautiful. I mean, I'm just saying, this team wins. But we've got issues offensively. For as good as we are offensively, we've got issues offensively. The reason why I keep saying we got to stretch teams long is if you go back and you look at the film, when they drop back into the slant and the curl route, 8 to 10 yards out. And that's what they're doing. So if you fake a curl like you're curling, you fake like you're curling and you go straight up field or give and go, boom. Franklin's touchdown. Faked an in route, slant, boom, wide open in the end zone, corner of the end zone. Now, sometimes situations help you with that, but I'm telling you, that play was there more often for UTEP than you think. I think we kind of offensively outthought ourselves. And the other thing was fourth down, no jumbo package. Then we came out with it. Then either we called our first time out at that point when we came out with it with 3 seconds to go. Because remember, we had to convert the third down. And then same thing, and Frank, boom, opposite way. They didn't see it, and Frank got it easy. It was a tale of two halves, and oh my God. I couldn't watch the first half. I was like, why are we struggling with these guys? And boy, was I wrong. I told everybody we're winning by 17. Nope, we're coming back from 24. So I'll take that too. Any day of the week, I'll take that too. Now, we know we're playing North Texas. I have a different video for North Texas. It's going to be a little different dynamic because we lost Sharp for the season. He's gone. He's not going to be back. And I don't know about Brendan Brady, but I did not see him back on the field, even without pads. And that was kind of a weird hit he took on his hip when he was going for those extra yards. But at that time, we had kind of figured out a little bit with our running game. Because he went around the end and he was able to get out there, but he kind of figured it out. And I really think that had he not gotten injured, our running game picks up a little bit better. Because there was one time where Barnes cut it up, which is what the stretch play is designed to do. Find a hole and cut up. I think Barnes could use his speed and gone around the outside. This would have been on the opposite side of the field from you, on the visitor side. And he cut it up the field, and I think he got hit at the line of scrimmage or might have even lost a yard. But I think he could have sprinted to the outside because there's nobody on the outside there. I don't know if he didn't see that. But from where I was sitting, there was nobody out there. And I thought he got the edge. I go, he's got the edge. I'm like, wait, what happened? They said, well, he cut it up. I go, oh, what? It is what it is. So we 8-0 in Conference USA. That's a great achievement. 29 victories in 3 seasons. Now, that's out of a possible, so 12 the first season, right? Because we didn't play in the conference championship. 12 the first season. The last 2 seasons, 14 games, right? 12 plus 14, 26. Now it's going to be 14 here. So 14, 26, 40. So we've got 29 victories already out of a possible 40. So got games to play out of that possible 40. But we are guaranteed 40 games, right, for these 3 seasons. That's amazing. That's a great win percentage. That's a kind of a percentage that this program is doing the right things, regardless of what conference you're in. I mean, it's not like we drop down conferences. I mean, literally, we're building up. We're in our 12th season, right? We'll see. We'll see. I'm a little ecstatic about the 8-0 in Conference USA. I really am. That right there, and I got mixed emotions because while I want them to win the conference championship, hear me out, hasn't this team accomplished what really needed to be accomplished? 10 wins in the regular season, 8-0 in Conference USA. Going to be playing a 7-win team in Conference USA to our 10 wins, right? To our 8-0. Would it sting if we lost that game? I'm not sure it would sting for me. Simply because I feel like this team going undefeated this year, Conference USA, they kind of got rid of that demon last year, right? Winning the conference championship last year got rid of the demon of losing game 12, right? If we lose, does that undo what we did in conference? I'm not so sure it does. I don't know how I feel about it right now. Tell me what you feel. Like, comment, subscribe, comment below. Tell me what you feel about that. Tell me if we go out and we lose at home in the conference championship after being undefeated in Conference USA, if it stings, or if you realize it in the grand scheme of things, grand scheme of things, it's not as impactful as it would be losing it if we had lost 2 games in conference championship in the Conference USA, right? Because I don't think there's no seeding in the bowl games, right? In Conference USA bowl games. It's not like they're going to say, hey, you know what? You're the Conference USA champ. You're going to play Sun Belt champ, or you're going to play the Mountain West champ. They'll just throw whoever's in the bowl game they want to see in the bowl games, right? It'd be nice if we played either one of those champions, right? I think that's kind of how it would be. I mean, if I'm Conference USA, I'm going to say, hey, we want to play either one of you if you're available. Let's make that happen, right? Let's give the fans a reason to talk about which conference, right? If you look at the big bowl games, seriously, you have yearly competitors. Let's talk about the Alamo Bowl, Pac-12, Big 12. Pretty much. Big Ten's been down here a couple times. There's something wonky that goes on with that, but it's always a Big 12 team against either Pac-12 or Big Ten. And I think it depends on who makes the playoffs, right? And how you get like number 4, number 5, right? Well, the Peach Bowl, when it's by itself, is SEC or ACC and SEC, if I'm not mistaken. And they do that. And you have like number 2 versus number 3, right? So you got to have this little hierarchy going on. I think these lesser tier bowls, if they did that, they would be able to build brands. They'd be able to get people excited about the bowl games, right? That's all I'm saying. There's a reason why, other than playing football for hundreds of years, there's a reason why those universities, those conferences are the big dogs, right? San Diego State's played football for a long time. UTEP's played football for a long time. We're new kids on the block. So what separates them from the bigger schools? Nothing to separate them now. UTEP's a big school. UTSA is a big school. UTSA is as big as most of the SEC schools not in Florida. Probably bigger than the Mississippi schools in attendance. Probably bigger than Arkansas, I bet, if you look it up. I'm not far off from there. Anyway, happy Thanksgiving. Hope everybody got home safe. Hope everybody had a great time. And I did ramble a little bit, but I'm just saying, on the offensive side of the ball, we need to think about how teams defend us. North Texas did it too. North Texas did it early also. They started crowding out, but we ran against them a little bit better than they expected, right? We weren't running all that well against UTEP. We just got to send guys vertical. That's all I'm saying. All right, Roadrunners, peace out.